Notice that food in front of you. Taste it, really, really taste it. Look at the people at your table. Be present with them. Give thanks for them. Let that first sip of water or wine fill your senses. And when you lay your head down tonight, thank God for the blessings you noticed and the ones you might have missed. Because here's the truth. It's a shifty world we live in. Don't rush through it. Don't numb it. You go savor it. Because that moment that you just rushed past, that might be the one you needed most. Thank you, BBG fam. I couldn't do this without you.
Standing ovation, yes. Woo! It was perfect. It was perfect.
Amazing. Amazing. Great job. Great job. All right. Make sure you grab that survey and give her some feedback, kicking us off with the true keynote of the day. Leigh-Leigh crushing it. Grab that survey. Give her some great feedback. We appreciate it.
I'm so proud of you, Leigh-Leigh. You have been such a dedicated, loyal, faithful, hardworking student. And to see you take everything you are as a mission-driven messenger, apply a little bit of tactic, and deliver it with heart, that was phenomenal. It's really beautiful. I really loved it. There's so many things that she did, y'all. You know, her opening slide with this person's going through this and this person's going through that. So powerful. Cheated death 4 times. You're so funny, right? I'm not saying I'm a cat. It caught the callback to later. It cost me one of my 9 lives. One of the things you did best of anyone that we've seen so far is the characterization. You developed grandma over here, right? And remember, there are at least 4 main components that we teach of developing a character: their voice, their stance, their gesture, and their sightline, right? And so she had a southern drawl, and she had this little stance, and she had, you know, this like gesture and this sightline and the way that she smelled and all of the things. It was just beautiful. So when you look at making this better, there's, you know, we're going to do some advanced things. So one, the shift show, I would literally go into ChatGPT and say, what is every saying that uses the word S-H-I-T? Give me every colloquialism with that word. And I would go like, and then I would just go, how can I push the word shift into all of those? You already do that. But I think that would be good. Also, just recognizing patterns for humor, where you said you wish you had a better house, in a better town, and a better whatever. That's an opportunity for a fast list. Because remember, humor is whenever they're expecting something, and when you create a pattern like that, better this, better this, better this, better this, and then there's an opportunity for a twist there. The only thing that I really would dial in on, if there was one thing I was going to focus in on, it would be your delivery of the vocal variety when you're talking about the emergency C-section. And so I want you to milk that a little bit more. So, and you go, I want your voice and your energy to emulate how it was feeling there, right? So like, so they rushed me to the hospital, the doctors are coming in, and so now we're going down the hallway, and then all of a sudden I'm in the stretcher, I'm there, and I look up at my nurse and I say, am I gonna die? And she wouldn't answer me. What do you all think the answer is to that question? And then we get there and we go through and we're doing this and we're going like this and we're going, and I could tell in the looks of the face, nobody thought my daughter was going to make it, and I'm not sure if I was going to make it. And then they turned to me and they said, Leigh-Leigh, your daughter is going to make it. And so you need that juxtaposition of the speed and the energy, the setup of fear, allow for the pause, and then give us the punchline, just so that we can savor that moment a little bit more. One last just little thing. I want to see you connected to the audience. What are you savoring? Because what I would propose is that all of you are either savoring the bad, or you're savoring the good, or you're savoring the bad. And so I would present that question. Phenomenal job, Leigh-Leigh.
Good job, babe. All right. Job well done. That was really fantastic. I have 3 things. The first one is you do tell this great story about this characterization of this grandma who comes up and just says, and sometimes I just want to slap you. I think you really need to pause and let that sink in. And I think the one way that you could do that is to help us all relate to the grandma. How many of you have been the grandma? Right? Raise your hand. I know you've been the grandma. And so, like, this is where you can really build into that. And she's like, and sometimes I just want to slap you. And you were like, how rude. Don't do that. Just be like, let me ask you, have you guys ever been so annoyed at someone else being so happy? How many of you felt that way? Like, can you just be a little more miserable? Like, if you could just be a little less happy, I would be so happy. Like, that would make me so happy. Like, you really need to lean into that and just really help us all understand of like, we can be the grandma. Like, we are the grandma. And so that will just really help tee up the whole beauty of the rest of your speech. So that's my first one, is just really help us relate to, like, have you been that person? So that'd be first. Second is this shifts show, because you do this great job and you kind of like skip over a great opportunity because you were like, you thought I was going to say something different, right? So I would actually lean into that a little bit when you say the shift show for the first time and go, now some of you, due to my accent that constantly leaves out the F, thought I said something else. Then you click the slide and just have shift really big. Then I would put little like quotations around the F and be like, no, I'm going to really emphasize the F in shift, because sometimes there's a little bit of F in all of our situations, right? So really lean into, right? Because you're doing this really fun thing with shift and, you know, so you could do the same thing with F, right? The F word. So sometimes there's a little F in our situation, right? So you can kind of lean into that, which is the juxtaposition of your personality, which I think is hilarious.
F this shit.
Yeah. So I think there's some real play on words with the F and the shift. So I would just lean into that a little bit. Then there's it's an amazing opportunity when you have the ability to bring something into your presentation like a chocolate. So again, at this thing where you have an opportunity there is to actually challenge the audience. And you could even call it the chocolate challenge. And as you have this, be like, now the biggest thing is, look, when you're telling them to slow down, you have to slow down. You can't rush through how to savor. You're gonna have to slow down in how to savor. And be like, and here's my challenge to you. I wanna see who can savor this piece of chocolate the longest. And then you keep talking, and then every so often just pause and be like, quick raise of hands, who still has the chocolate in your mouth? And then you just keep talking. Quick check-in, who still has the chocolate in your mouth? Right? And then I think a line could be, it's like, listen, how many of you ate it in the first 10 seconds? Right? And I think there's an opportunity to keep checking in.
Who still has it? Show me your tongue.
It's hard to slow down. But I've learned that the slower you go, the sweeter it is. Right?
Nice, yeah.
So I think there's a way to really bring that chocolate in, to make a little challenge to keep the audience engaged, to emphasize the slower you go, the sweeter it is. The rest was awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, put your hands together for Leigh-Leigh.
So good.
Leigh-Leigh, are you handing out candy here? You giving out food here? I didn't get food. So how's it feel to be done? How's it feel to go through that?
Feels really good. Thanks for being such a beautiful audience. I loved your smiles. Thank you so much.
It's a great way to start the day. So you were saying earlier you're a little nervous for this one. I think you were saying this is the most nervous I've ever been. How long did you prepare for this today?
Oh, my poor husband. He can recite it in his sleep. Oh, just ad nauseum. Like, yeah, prepared for a very long time. And Risha was behind so much.
That's awesome. Well, you were super confident out here. It was amazing.
Thank
Great.
you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Trey.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're a
And
star.
thanks for the coffee.
That was so
Her
good.
husband actually brought me some coffee this morning as well, so that was awesome.
You're a
All
star,
right,
baby.
let's keep this train going, keep the energy high.